What's going on, people? Today we are in Oxford and I'm trying out Sigma's brand new 17 to 40mm f1.8 internal zoom lens, as well as their brand new 12mm f1.4 prime lens. So we've got two very exciting new bits of kit to try out. We're going to get first impressions, we're going to see what they can do in a very beautiful city. This is actually my first time here properly, so I'm basically just going to wander around as we always do, get lost a bit, enjoy the architecture, enjoy the tiny little side streets like this one, and see what they can do. We're going to put them to the test, and you come in with me. Catch you in a bit. So straight off the bat, we've got the 17 to 40 on, and actually that spire is jumping out at me. It's framed quite nicely in between the trees. f1.8, and it's way too bright. Of course, let's up it a little bit. You know what, I'm getting a bit closer. I don't want that blue railing. And actually that works quite nicely. Almost. You can just about see it. Maybe a bit cropped, but that's just because I'm not tall enough apparently. Let's go head back this way. It's actually quite a nice street if there was someone right underneath that tree. And normally there's not, but I think I spoke too soon. Yeah, like I've had a brief wander around before I got here just to kind of get my bearings a bit, and it's just so nice here. For those that don't know, in GCSE and A-level I did art, and a lot of that was architecture based. So going off of that, I used to draw a lot of buildings like this, so it's very cool to actually see them somewhere other than London, to be honest. Yeah, they're not that far, but there's a tiny cat in the window. Let's try f1.8 on this one. It's like it's a real cat. Okay, enough of the cat. Let's go 17mm. Very quick autofocus. That was like instant. Jesus. Got a guy in the middle of the street. And drive-by shot. Probably going to crop it. Annoying the car was in the background, but hey ho, still cool. That's a bit better. Thank you. This is a bit more like it. Same goes. Let's cut down here. I like the look of this. Cool looking street. So after just maybe 10 minutes taking photos, very, very clean. It's very light actually, which is nice because I tend to use lenses that are on the heavier side, especially for street photography. So it's nice to have something quite lightweight and quick. Helps you get those, like I was doing earlier, the drive-by shots. It's just very, you feel very free holding it. I probably shouldn't wave it around like that, but I've got it. It's very, yeah, very lightweight, very compact, especially with the internal zoom. It's quite nice to actually see a less is more in this case. It works nicely. That's a cool shot. There's a bike coming in. I think when we get to some of the bigger buildings, we'll switch lenses, ones that the 12mm will suit well for. That's more like it. There we go. Let's get this guy in focus. And get the tower alone. for the little heads to disappear. That works. See, that will work nicely with the 12mm. But I'm not quite done with this one yet, so we'll come back to that. We'll keep the shot in mind. From using it for the last 10-15 minutes, I've just gone through some of the photos I've taken so far. They're very sharp, which is to be expected with Sigma, but like with internal zoom, sometimes you find on other lenses that they can end up being a little bit shaky, even if you've got a high shutter speed. So it's nice to know that the internal stabilization is like on point. It's always good. So I don't think I'm going to be able to test it today, because obviously it's a nice sunny day, but the lens actually also has water repellent features. So if you're ever shooting in the rain, like I was in Japan, this actually would have come in very handy, because it would have been a lifesaver in post. This is a very cool shot. I like the look of this corner as well. Flowers around the lamp jumping out at me. Let's drop it down to, let's go f2. Okay. Actually no, a bit higher.
That's fun. I feel like I got a bit involved.
Alright, I think I'm going to go down the street and then I'm going to switch it up to the 12mm. I'm eager to play around with the prime lens. Okay, the 12mm f1.4 is on. First impressions, this thing is tiny. Like, this is the smallest lens I've used in a long time. But that means it's light, it's discreet. Initial impressions, I have noticed there is no little click button to stop the aperture ring moving, which again, not the end of the world, but it does mean every now and then you'll probably knock it. But hey-oh, that is what it is. It's really not a big deal, because it's not going to take anything away from the actual shots themselves. It's just convenience, and on such a small lens, it's like, where would you put it really? Let's see. First shot, very sharp. I've seen another one over here, if possible. Some of these I will probably end up cropping. No, I'm going to go this way. I hope I got that. That was a pretty cool shot. I think I got close enough. I'm going to crop that one. Let's head down there. I feel like this street has potential. more people coming. So, I've just checked, and this thing weighs 200 grams, or like a little over, which is nuts. Let's try out the aperture ring. Let's go, we'll go F4, F4, and let's see what we can get. That's 4.5, I've already knocked it. Maybe I'm just clumsy, I can't blame that on the lens. I always knock it. Just changing this bike chain. Did I get that? I did get that. It's one of them where it's too awkward to take right up. Again, I've knocked it. Okay, maybe that's one thing that's going to bug me about this lens. There's no lock on the aperture ring. It's very clean. I love the click because it's satisfying when you actually use it. But I'm going to end up, every time I go to take a picture, I'm going to accidentally change my settings without realising. But hey ho, it will take some getting used to. I think let's cross down there. This street looks intriguing. Go on, time it perfectly. I think this is someone's garden, but it looks really cool. Let's try the 1.4. Focus on the car. I'm going to do that closer as well. That is a cool shot. Portrait and landscape. Like I said with the other lens, if you ever shoot in harsh conditions, this is also splash and dust resistant, so it'll be very, very handy. Save you a lot of spot healing in post. Alright, down this street we go. Pretty sure I am like right next to the uni because the student spawn point or spawn rate has just increased tremendously. I would love to try this lens out with portraits. It's intriguing me because it's basically a fisheye, but it's not as protruding as a fisheye. A lot of the spherical features are inside, like internal, so it doesn't, for example, the 15mm diagonal fisheye that I've used before, that one is like, that's a hefty lens, and you can tell it's a fisheye, whereas this one, it's like a discreet fisheye. It's nice. It's not like as in your face. Lightweight, not in your face, a discreet, clean lens. Most of these pictures are just going to be people on bikes, but I think that comes with the nature of the city I'm in. Bikes and voice scooters. How close can we get to the pigeon? So, 17 to 40. To be fair, but they share a lot of very similar features. They're both quite lightweight. They're both compact. They're very sleek. The only fault that I found, and I wouldn't even call it a fault because at the end of the day it's just me being heavy-handed, is the fact that the 12mm doesn't have a aperture ring stopper, so you can't lock it. That is actually my only, you know, I don't know how we put it. That's my only, I guess, negative outlook on them both. I love them both. 12mm, I would have liked to try out doing some cool portraits. Annoyingly, I have no model with me today, and the one guy I did ask was too busy doing wedding photos, which is fair enough. The 17 to 40, or should I say 25 to 60, because they're both APS-C lenses, that was literally ideal for this location, and I think it would be for a lot of street photographers. So if you're struggling for what lens you want to do your street photography with, or you know, you haven't exactly got something in mind you want to buy, but you want a new piece of kit to play around with, I'd definitely recommend both of them. For convenience, I'd probably lean towards recommending the 17 to 40, 25 to 60 equivalent, just because it gives you that range of focal lengths. The 12mm, I would say if you're looking for something a bit more experimental, trying to get some funky portraits or some cool wide shots, I'd say that's your lens. I'm going to get a really cool one through. Keep walking, dude. Do me a favour. That's what's handy about the little lens. You can fit it through fences, which sounds a bit odd, but it helps. If I had the 15mm diagonal one, that was never getting through that fence. That's a cool street shot, I think. If that car ends up moving, that might be a nice shot, I think, to round off this video. Oh, wait a minute. Actually, no, I won't. That bike looks perfect. I'm going to do the same again, but from this corner. Awesome. Let's head this way. If we don't get anything else in the next few minutes, then I think we'll round it off there. Head back. We've got plenty of nice shots with these. No doubt, I mean, you've already seen them on screen, but from my point of view now, no doubt they're going to come out nice and crisp, colourful. I can't wait to edit these. Right, I think I'm going to wrap it up there. We've got plenty of Oxford on this camera using the two new lenses. So I think that is a good place to end it, but I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Sorry, there's a person there. Hope you enjoyed this as much as I did, because I've had a lot of fun testing out these new lenses. They should be coming out on the 17th of June. That could be subject to change, but by the time this video drops, they should be out anyway. So be sure to check out Sigma. I'll leave the link in the description. Both these lenses, so the 17 to 40 will be priced at £779, and the 12mm f1.4 will be £519. So to be fair, as far as camera lenses go, some pretty affordable options. So if you're looking for a convenient, lightweight lens for your photography and you're not too sure what to get, these two I would highly recommend. You've just seen what they can do, you've seen the images that are on screen, so if you're thinking, I'm not sure what to try out next, give them a go. They're pretty good.